for the kids.
We are live.
Okay. This meeting will come to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Benjamin,
Here.
Veronic,
Here.
Baylor,
Here.
Kasdorf,
Here.
Holdman,
Here.
Sardina.
Here.
Is there anyone desiring to be heard? None. Consent agenda. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On opposition, say nay. Motion passes. Communications, anything from the administration on communication, committee reports or department reports?
I guess I would just like to again convey the resignation of Trustee Tarks. Her resignation for personal reasons. We greatly appreciate the over a decade of service that she's had to our village, coming on to the village board around 2014 and then just resigning her spot yesterday. We greatly appreciate all the work that she's done and the impact that she's had and how she's really changed the direction of this village and the villages and cities surrounding us as well. So I extend our deepest thanks to her for all the support that she's lent us.
Yeah. And then I'd like to add to that Trustee Pat Tarks did resign this week. She's lived in Butler since 1963. She has served as a library and board trustee, the village president, and a fire dispatcher back in the day. Wow. We are extremely grateful for your dedication to the village of Butler. And Pat, I know you are listening online. I would imagine staff would still love to see you with you coming in with treats. That's the end of communications. Committee reports. Building board.
Building board met this evening at 5:40. We approved an occupancy for Peak Performance Professionals at 12701 West Hampton. Occupancy for Detective Pro Products LLC at 4565 North 126th. And a sign permit for the doctor's office at 12701 West Hampton. End of report.
Thank you. Community Foundation met. The fire department gave a bunch of material to the Clark House, old fire department history, and Pete Zulik is going to be working with Marilyn at the Clark House, and they're going to put together kind of a presentation and work with a historian. So that will be something to look forward to in the future. End of report. Finance.
Finance Committee met just a few minutes ago. We approved November and December statements of revenue. We also approved November's invoices of $80,927.18 and December's invoices of $62,832.48. That'll go to the full board for approval. End of report.
Thank you. Library board.
Library board met on Tuesday. Numerous things were discussed. The furnace is fixed. They set up a ring camera to keep an eye on the cookbooks since we have a massive thief stealing our cookbooks at the library. Staff was informed of their pay increases and expressed great gratitude. Plans are being made for the Tiny Art Show that's coming up on the 30th of March. We ended the year strong with over 2,400 visitors. That's up about 200 from the previous year. Trades Fest is set for the 25th, and it's going to kind of run together with the Clark House. The caboose will be open for looky-loos. We're going to review the strategic planning next month. The Friends of the Library are still looking for a president. If anybody's interested, first bingo, 24th. Library could always use the gift baskets for raffles. We approved and updated our communications policy, and we tabled our energy and safety policy for next month. And next month, it's going to move to Monday the 16th because of the elections and stuff. End of report.
Thank you. Community Events Committee.
We met on January 7th. We finalized all of the bingo information for our first bingo on the 24th. And I believe that was pretty much it. It was a short meeting. End of report.
And I do think we will have a special bingo caller guest or calling bingo guest, whatever, bingo caller. That's it. Just don't know. You'll have to show up to find out who it is.
Right.
And public safety.
Public safety met this evening at 5 PM. The police chief and the fire chief from Brookfield both spoke at length on many items, which are all obtained and can be viewed in the YouTube recording of that meeting. End of report.
Thank you. Public, report of the administrator.
Just have a few things for you. The first thing is I just want to start off with the weather. There is an extreme cold watch and probably an extreme cold warning that will be issued here in the coming days. Please make sure that you're keeping an eye on your elderly neighbors, making sure that their heat is working, make sure that your heat's working, keep pets inside as much as possible. Please be safe. Frostbite can happen within 10 minutes with the wind chills that they are expecting. So just please be careful. We are also expecting to be sending out the ballots for the spring primary next Tuesday. And then in-person absentee voting will start the week after that. There is one race for school board where three members are running for a seat. We need to narrow that down to 2. Taxes are due on the 31st of January, so please get your taxes in if you have not paid those yet. We have completed the DPW inventory. They have provided that to me, and it's very, very detailed, so I appreciate that work from them. And we are starting to work on the 2025 audit. I have submitted numerous materials to the auditors through their online portal, and we're going to be continuing to submit those throughout the next couple weeks. End of report.
Could I add just one thing to your report?
Yes.
The Village of Butler made a donation, an initial donation to a foundation that accepts used fire turnout gear. So we made one load. We have another load to go on the expired coats and pants that the fire department had here. So we do have a letter on file that they are extremely grateful, and they share that with third world countries, which don't have the equipment that we're giving them. So they were appreciative of that. Thank you. New business, resolution 2601. A resolution to reschedule certain village board and committee meetings due to the February 17th, 2026 spring primary election.
And I would say that if you would like, we can probably make a motion to approve all of items A through C together. They're all election related, dealing with either the February or the April election. Just rescheduling the board meetings as we normally do to the Wednesday after the meeting, and then reducing the number of poll workers for the February primary to 5 from the state statute mandatory 7. So it's stuff that we do every single year. So nothing new there instead of going through each one of them.
With that, then I'll make a motion to accept 2601, 2602, and 2603 as written.
I'll second that.
A motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On opposition, say nay. Motion passes. Item D, discussion and possible action on a purchase agreement by and between the Village of Butler and the City of Brookfield for the purchase of a 2021 Medics Type 2 ambulance and equipment.
I'm going to ask the fire chief to please come to the podium here. So they are still in the process of reading through and providing any type of changes that they would like to see to the agreement. So I just wanted to bring it up to the board just to have that discussion, get that going, and hopefully pass some sort of agreement, just so then we can get working on it and get this ambulance out of here. One of the things that we talked about was, instead of a cashier's check, just allowing them to have a regular check. The attorney said that he would be remiss if he didn't ask for that, just so then there's, he can guarantee that the funds are available and that we don't give over our ambulance and whatnot without certified payment. But we've worked with Brookfield a lot over the past couple months. We know that they're good for it. We know where you are if need be.
So this agreement was written by us,
It was written by our attorney.
our
yes.
attorney.
Correct. So there's that change, and I'm not sure exactly what else your attorney's gonna be proposing.
Very light edits. So Mike was more or less, if I recall, Mike was maybe like a statute thing here or there, but did not. There's like maybe 2 additions, and then there might be changing of cash perspective.
Yeah, and the attorney said that's basically a business decision. He put it in there just because legally he's like, I want to kind of cover ourselves, but he said it's a business decision if the village board wants to do that or not. And then I believe Chief Cass, I don't know if you wanted to have the conversation now, but they also perhaps wanted to purchase some of the pagers from the village that the fire department used. So I know that some of theirs went kaput. So I know that we had talked about that. So that might be in addition to the agreement. I would say at this point, perhaps suggesting that you allow, you approve the purchase agreement pending changes agreed upon by the village administrator, village president, village attorney, and the City of Brookfield council and fire chief, just so then we can kind of get this off. There's going to be very light edits to the actual agreement. I'm not expecting anything major. Obviously, if there is something major, we would bring it back to you guys, but I think that we can get moving on this if you're willing to.
I know those pagers are older. That almost seems like, how old, do we know how old those pagers are?
I'm not a radio pager expert. I know that like the reason our whole reason for buying them is whether they function or not. We can use them for parts. I'm sure that they're still functional, from my understanding. I don't know if there's any new additions to them. I honestly don't know that. But I think there was 5 or 6 from what I was told pagers that there were. There wasn't a lot of them. There was just
Well, there's 2 different models of pagers.
yeah.
So some have the display screens, and I know a lot of those the buttons weren't filing through. Some were, and the other, which I believe they use a lot of, were just the audio. So they didn't have, but they still had all the channels.
The screen is just to kind of get you. It has a little bit more scanning capability than the other 2. And I think there was like 2 of those, and like 4 of the other pagers, maybe 5 of the other pagers.
Yeah,
There wasn't a lot, but I was just told like with ours, because we require at least 1 paramedic and 1 officer on the engine to wear them.
Okay.
And so ours get damaged, so we can only
Sure.
use them for like parts. So that's why-
Yeah.
What about for money here? What is it? What is that?
Not
No.
much at all.
So that's what.
Yeah,
They're gonna lump this in with the ambulance? Is that what they were?
yeah,
talking
basically
about?
just lumping it in, and
Yeah.
if there would be any type of monetary, it'd be very minimal. So just making sure that we add it to the list that they're going to obtain, just then we have a record of what's going out the door.
I would be fine with just giving you the pagers because they look beat up. And I would be fine with giving you those now because in case you need them. And we can just write on Exhibit A that we're providing, those are included, but would the board have any objections to just donating those to Brookfield?
I don't. Like I said, I was with Paul on some of this stuff, and they are what they are, and trying to sell them, I just don't see how that could work. And I think it's just a feel good between us. It's a little something for you guys, right?
And we could give those to you tonight.
Yeah, we'll just add those to the schedule just so then we have a documentation of what's going out the door.
And then otherwise the ambulance is washed and ready to go.
Mm.
Trustee Baylor and I took care of that for you. so.
It's shiny. all but waxed it. All but waxed it. Paul wanted to wax. I said,
It's just too dirty, so it is. We washed it for you.
it's clean.
Thank you. With that, is there any additional questions? And then this should be done.
It's in the thing, yeah.
This should be done pretty soon then, and then we can just sell it and be done.
Yeah, so just, again, I would recommend that we pass the agreement pending
Yeah, those are,
any,
yeah.
any.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase agreement between the Village of Butler and the City of Brookfield for the 2021 Medics Type 2 ambulance, pending any other amendments and adjustments that need to be made to the contract that are acceptable to the village president, administrator, and our attorney.
I'll second that motion.
Mark and Eric, motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On opposition, say nay. Motion passes. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All in opposition say nay. Motion passes. Adjourned at 6:18. Thank you.
So soon?